Time now for sports news on the News at 10 with Ayotunde Balogun.
Many thanks, Gimba. As the world celebrates the International Day of Sports for Development and Peace, the need to support special sports have been emphasized. At the second edition of the Para Canoeing and Rowing Championship in Lagos, officials are confident the objective of promoting inclusion has been achieved. 61 athletes from 11 states featured at the tournament, and the Federation believes it is a vital step towards preparing for the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics.
We're giving the para athletes some sense of recognition by making sure they belong to a society and belong to us. And we're giving them disability and disability so that they're proud of themselves.
It's been great. We've really enjoyed ourselves. We've classified a lot of athletes. The enthusiasm is immense. Some people have only just started canoeing, but as you can see from the final A's, that we had some really strong paddlers, and they will do very well.
Manchester City's quest for a quadruple of trophies remains intact as Gabriel Jesus' first half strike saw Brighton 1-0 to send the citizens into the FA Cup final for this year. Pep Guardiola's men will return to Wembley to face either Watford or Wolverhampton Wanderers on May the 18th for what they hope will be the chance to clinch the first ever domestic treble in English football history. The City have already won the Carabao Cup this season and are still in the hunt for the English Premier League as well as the UEFA Champions League. Malaysia's football chief Sheikh Salman Al Khalifa has received a fresh 4-year term as president of the Asian Football Confederation. The Bahraini Royal, who was standing unopposed, was elected in his absence at the Congress in Kuala Lumpur, which he missed following the death of his mother on Wednesday. Sheikh Salman now starts a new term lasting until 2023, which also renews his position as FIFA's senior vice president under Gianni Infantino. IOC Evaluation Commission Chief Octavian Morario has hailed the Milan-Cortina bid to host the 2026 Winter Olympics as a very strong candidature following their final inspection visit. The Italian government signed a letter of financial guarantees to support the candidacy on Friday after the week-long inspection of bid sites. Milan, Cortina and Stockholm are the two bids in the running to host the 2026 Winter Olympic and Paralympic Winter Games. The successful bid will be announced on June the 24th.
Candidature complies fully with Agenda 2020 in reducing costs, maximizing legacy, and promoting sustainability. There is a strong support from the government and the authorities. The letter that we received yesterday proves it largely. And to conclude this, just to say that all of this makes a very strong candidature from Milano and Cortina. Thank you.
And that's sports news. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. We'll be back with the rest of the news at 10.
Fresh fighting has broken out near the Libyan capital Tripoli between pro-government forces and rebel fighters from the east of the country. It is unclear, though, if there are casualties, but the Libyan National Army, the LNA, troops have vowed to retaliate. The United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres at a news conference at Jordan's Makkah Palestinian refugee camp insists that the United Nations will never give up supporting the Libyan people, while other foreign ministers warn military commanders Khalifa Haftar to halt his thrusts on Tripoli or face possible international action. Libya has been torn by violence and political instability since longtime ruler Muammar Gaddafi was deposed and killed in 2011. Flood-hit Iran is evacuating more towns and villages as forecasts show that further rains is expected. Heavy downpour are set to strike southern eastern provinces as officials plan to release water from key rivers and dams that are near capacity. Women and children are being moved to safer areas, while men are asked to stay and assist with relief efforts. In recent weeks, much of the country has been submerged, and the death toll currently stands at 70.
The southwestern province of Kazakhstan, which borders Iraq, is the main focus of the new wave of evacuations in Iran. Kazakhstan's governor, Ghulam Reza Shariati, says cities along the Karkay River need to be evacuated as soon as possible. According to him, the situation is crucial, with the fears of renewed flooding from the Karkay Dam, which has been opened to release buildup. Around 70 villages in the province have been evacuated in the past week. Iraq on Saturday closed its Shib border crossing to both travelers and trade until further notice. Energy companies in the oil-rich region have helped the relief effort by using pumps to remove water. Severe floodings began hitting the northeast on March 19. On March 25th, the west and southwest were struck, with more rain in the same area on April 1. Thousands of roads, bridges, buildings, and more than a third of the country's network have been affected. So far, 86,000 people are living in emergency shelters, 1,000 of whom were airlifted to safety. Aid agencies are struggling to cope with the scale of the crisis, and Iran's state budget is under pressure due to U.S. sanctions on energy and banking.
And the main news again, President Muhammadu Buhari today restated his resolve to end insecurity and insurgency in the northeast of the country at the World Economic Forum in Jordan. As he, of course, receives promises of hardware supply from King Abdullah bin al-Hussein. And that's how it's been on the news at 10 tonight. I want to thank you so much indeed for watching. On behalf of all of us here, have a splendid night. Thank you.